Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Uh, Animation is probably gonna take too long for me to post this video today. And if I don't post it today, then the movie will come out the same day that this video comes out. And I'm trying to make this before the movie because these are my theories prior to the movie. Um, yeah, what goes well. Uh, there are some parts that I am not editing out. This video is 2 hours, 26 minutes, and 1 second. Now we got 3 milliseconds, but we're not going to talk about those 3 milliseconds. Uh, Even though we just did. Uh, that is excluding this part that I'm talking about right now. I just seriously do not feel like editing right now. But I need to get this out of here, or out of my computer, and onto the internet as fast as I can, because 7:50, and I don't feel like animating anything. I don't feel like drawing. I don't feel like editing. Nah, I'm just gonna add this piece of the video and call it a day. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. or- But hope you enjoyed the video. Yes, see ya. In this video, I'm going to be going over every single video of the King Pixels Backroom series, and I'm gonna give some input onto what my theories are just within the series. Um, there isn't really much theorizing that I'll do, but it's something I want to get out there before tomorrow because the movie comes up tomorrow, and I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of lore that is going to be extracted from the Backrooms movie. So, hope you enjoy. Let's get on with the video.
Like how much further? Like
A little more. A little more.
that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa!
So, just in that first scene, I want to point out that I don't think that no clip spaces are permanent because I believe that somebody would have stepped there or something almost
Hello?
immediately after he fell back down or fell down
Hello?
or put something there. Just
Hey
something
guys!
would have dropped. So
What is
I do think that they are temporary, or they can only transport a certain amount of items before running out of energy or disappearing or whatever you want to call it.
Hello?
Hello.
Is someone there?
I'm personally going to turn this down because some scenes are slightly disturbing, but also at the same time it's not in this one. I'm not going to see it for a while, but so based off of the trailer for the Backrooms where it says um, I believe that there's a chance that it tried recreating a doorway, except it got kind of changed through the amount of times that it was remembered. Like, it doesn't make sense anymore, but it fits the description. There's another video that described that a little bit better, but it fit the description of a an empty space that you can walk to the next room, but it doesn't really make sense. And it doesn't need to, because all it needs to do is fit the description of the memory. So, like, it does work. So, there's also a chance that each level of the backrooms is more of an individual memory of a certain place or thing. I'm colorblind. I don't know if this is green or yellow, and I don't feel like looking it up. But if this is thing, I don't know. Well, if this is green, um, I think green means that something is changing. Hmm, something is being almost like built. But I guess I can wrap it back to it's being remembered. It's re-remembering what this area is like. So it's just a green light. See, oh yeah, so it's yellow, so that must have been green.
Can anybody hear me? Hello? Damn it.
Hi. Oh, look at that. Wait, I didn't even notice that. You can still see him peeking around the hallway. Actually, that's interesting to me. It makes me think that there's a chance that the backrooms bacteria is not the only one of itself. Your headphones are not working. I had my Switch still. I thought this was bad. It might be prepaid. No charge. Can you close my door all the way? Thank you. The backrooms bacteria, only one of them seems to be able to almost like control itself to not immediately go after the person who has the cameraman. Makes me think that there are. I'm charging it. It's dead. I will. Makes me think that there might be multiple, some of them less self-controlled than others.
What the hell?
And since this may have been written by bacteria, there's a chance that something I said in a previous video that I have not posted because I am too lazy to post it. I'll probably end up posting it, but it'll take a bit. But what I said was that I think that the monster are humans, and they don't just that humans don't just transform into the monsters, or a theory somebody else somebody else said just to. They're not even a theorist. It was just a random theory, but they said that it might have been the blood because bacteria or was it not? Is it fungus? Yeah, whatever. Like fungus likes blood because it is a moist nutrient liquid, and it can seep into carpet and stuff like that pretty well. So that could have been it, but then we would probably see at least a few bodies, but we don't. So I think it's safe to assume that the creature, the bacteria, is like rearranged humans. And in the autopsy report, it says, because I'm not going to do the autopsy report because it is one of the more disturbing ones for me. Hold on. I just realized that I had a terrifying dream, and I didn't know it was a dream until just now. And the reason why I'm not going through the autopsy report is because of the exposed organs. But even more on that, the it's it wasn't just the exposed organs, because that's fine. It was the holes in the organs. I don't like that very much. But the reason why I was talking about my dream is because I'm gonna I'm probably gonna do like an animation or something on it because I just realized how terrifying that is in a dream. Um. Anyways, yeah, we're just gonna, you know, move on. But my theory was from the autopsy report is that the bacteria is remains of humans, but also the brain gets not saved. The brain gets ooh, interesting. Oh, hold up, back up. So oh, what the? Okay, it was probably just an animation error, but it goes through the wall, and I don't think it had any animation. Oh, that's funny. Oh, what? Oh, it just kind of appears. I know it's probably an animation error, but we're not gonna think too much about that. But notice that he isn't actually being chased here because there's no I don't know how to describe this. There's a wall on both sides. He isn't being chased here. He's being chased here. So there was definitely a separate entity because that entity did not chase him through the hallway he just was. That is a hallway. That is an entity that has been in this room prior to him entering it. So that's interesting. And if you listen to the audio, this kind of sounds like a soothing, like crying in summer. Somebody in a lot of pain. But I'll describe why that even matters. Also, I want to say that him jumping down and this frame right here is very interesting because we saw something kind of similar later in the series, and if you notice, there's no audio at all. Like there's no audio whatsoever from the bacteria. Um, the bacteria also does not chase him when he's down here, so there might be a chance that he actually transported himself a certain amount of time into the past or future when the bacteria was not there through that little hole in the ground, because the bacteria never chased him here, and none of this actually has any meaning besides stating what the.
I've got an idea for a business online, and I'll use Wix Harmony to make the web.
Okay, back up. Okay. The only thing that I can deduct from this is that the kitchen has light coming from it. An office space kind of place.
Holy shit.
The
What the fuck is this place?
Minecraft music in the background, bro. You can hear breathing coming from either the dumpster or the other side of that wall. And actually, there's actually, in my opinion, there might be a chance that this entire room, specifically, is like a diaphragm. Like, the backrooms is a living organism. This is diaphragms. I would breathe.
This isn't real.
This is very interesting because
This isn't real.
I wish he could have said something about airflow or something, because it would have just either confirmed or denied my theory, but that also wouldn't make any sense why he would even add that. So, I guess thank you for not helping. Makes the series a little bit better. You gotta be kidding. I don't know how many times I've watched this. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to look for. Let me keep it. Because I actually think that this is one of the videos that I would put on and then just kind of walk away. Like I would, well, not really walk away. I would do something else while watching this video. So this is the part where he encounters the chair thrower. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I mean, it's obvious that if you've looked closely, it's not like a dog-like creature hitting the wall. It's a chair. Oh, yeah, that's a chair. And then if you hear this bacteria, it sounds like a dog, almost like a dog in pain. And if you look at the creature itself, number one, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't need to, but it's waving its arms around a lot more than it needs to keep itself up, like how humans walk. So it might be trying to use its arms to crawl, like a dog or wolf would. So it doesn't mean that just humans come into this place. So it also means that there's a chance that it could also keep its ability to smell for certain things. And then, we get this. And actually, I don't think I've ever looked at this thing close enough. It actually does kind of look like muscles and tendons. It's also separated right here, so it doesn't need. It also doesn't. Oh, it's not separated. Okay. Interesting. It's almost like a decayed orange. You know how an orange looks when it's decayed. What the heck did the thing just do there? Okay, okay. Did it, I think it raised its arm and like pushed the dude back down? Or pushed the dude back away from the hole? And then we get a little bit of falling, and then what's interesting is in this video we see that we see that it, I don't think that it, did it hit this wall, no clip through the wall, or do you think that it went down to go into the quote overworld? Because if you notice something like at all, you would see that the camera went down and it fell from the sky, which might mean that the backrooms might be in the sky. And you no clip, it's like oh, if you no clip through the floor, it's like a Mario 1, where if you somehow go above the map, you would die because you would clip through the top of the map into the bottom because your quote coordinates would go negative. Or there's got to be a better example. Oh, what was it? Golf? The SNES Golf. If you hit the ball too high, it'll appear on the bottom and then come back down through the top. That's kind of what happened here. It's actually kind of similar. This is the next one.
Imagine being able to build anything just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
This is not the next one. So, for some odd reason, I am unable to go full screen without the recording stopping, and same goes for coming out of full screen, so I guess we're stuck with, what's it called? The interview? Whatever, I don't know. But, okay, so this is why I love the backrooms so much. Okay. So, data not accessible, and then it says reformatting, archive.tar. And it shows, pictures of the backrooms. Then it switches to circuits. Which is weird. Like, if you think about it, it's weird, because I'm pretty sure what they're doing with this archive.tar is the archive of the things that, either it's literally just an archive, and it's just a bunch of stuff that bunch of pictures they don't need anymore, or it's them highlighting specific points, and if that circuit board was a specific point, and yeah, I know, yeah, it's weird. It's a guy, Why would that be a specific point? Maybe it's like the first time they did the math and see if the idea worked. Could have been anything. But the circuit isn't a blueprint. It's just a picture of the circuit. One that may have already been made. And moreover that, I don't think that technology existed back in this time. I say that being ignorant, but I don't have maybe it's not done that back then. So I don't know. But they were I'm pretty sure they were much more chunky, right? Circuits were a lot more chunky. Oh, null zones? This is a great idea for the design of the backrooms itself, but null zones might be reflections of the real world, but they aren't right. Just like memories. Memories are not exact, and they probably won't ever be, but it's interesting because this one doesn't only pertain to how something looks, it could also pertain to when it was. Like in what is it? Uh, the first contact? I don't know. But why would they highlight this? This is another thing that I don't know. Because this doesn't seem the closest thing that I could think that this could be was a first test. Because these almost look like either they're just reinforced piping and I'm just schizophrenic, or these kind of look like they are uh like mm, I don't even know. It's like the directional magnets found in prototype. They kind of look mildly similar, which is weird to say the least, because this isn't. Well, actually, it's not weird. Actually, that makes more sense. If anything, this makes sense. And the fact that it stopped on this specific point is even more of a like a maybe. Also because it's pointing at a doorway with a yeah, they're just pointing at a doorway. I don't know if they're connected on that part. They might, but I'm pretty sure the only place you would see that is like as the energy factory that
Tonight, in your
they claim
spacious
to
La
be.
Quinta
But
suite, you can be the agent of destruction. We get it. You've been building connections all day. Go ahead, demolish that personal record. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine.
Excuse me, sir, how old were you when you made your first million?
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice for the young.
On July 2nd, 1988, the Asen Research Facility tested its low-proximity magnetic distortion system for the third time. Details regarding the results of the experimentation have not yet been released. During a press conference held in April of 1988, Ivan Beck, Vice Director of the Asen Foundation, described the intention of these tests, stating this program, if granted sufficient backing from the United States government, will offer a solution
so
to all.
just a small thing. It said it would be what did it say specifically?
Backing from the United
Oh, it'll be granted sufficient backing or like the funding, which is something you probably already knew. But from the United States government, you probably only knew that because you read the damn thing. But it's interesting because they call themselves a, was it power research facility or something? Or is it, I don't know. Hold on.
States and described the intention of these
Yeah,
tests,
missile
stating this
something.
program is
But
granted
it's because
sufficient
they don't
backing from the United
say
States
exactly what
government
it
will
is.
offer a
They don't.
solution to all current and future storage and residential.
So I'm pointing also this out because this prob will offer a solution to all current and future storage and residential needs, save billions of dollars on property construction and the management. So here's the thing. This means that at one point somebody knew about the backrooms beforehand, before making the machine, or through whether it's a test at the, was it Westwood, Westlake? I don't know, Woodlake? I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but if it was just a test like that and making a little marble disappear, they might have made a person disappear and somehow brought them back to find the infinite backrooms, because very interesting that they knew before the test. Number one, it wasn't just before the test, it was before the test worked. So somebody must have already known about it before they turned on the machine.
Residential needs and save billions of dollars on property construction and management.
So what's even interesting about this is that, yeah, it's most replayed, I get that. But when the machines first started turning on, the first bit of distortion caused the camera to start to like mess up, which is
And management.
just kind of odd because it didn't mess up anywhere else in the video. Only when this started to distort, did it start to. It was, yeah, it wasn't so that was even more close, even closer to getting opening is when the camera starts to static even more. But that doesn't change anything. It's still odd that the backrooms caused the camera to static the second that it was turned on. It may have also been because of the magnets, but also, wouldn't that be constant? The camera adjusts to magnetic distortion. And then it going negative is even more interesting. I didn't even notice this until I just looked at it. Oh, that's not the right button. Very 3 and then 7? 5, 7? I don't know. I'm sorry, I'm looking all the way up here. I'm trying to find something because it going negative doesn't make too much sense. It might make a little bit of sense. It might make a little bit of sense. Okay, what if the backrooms is like a negative of the world, but not in like a Polaroid type of way, more of a bleed through a canvas kind of, or bleed through a piece of paper kind of way. Only some of the stuff that were very prominent is what made it through. Like,
I'm Gus, and my job is to make you happy.
man,
So I
Gus, get
recommend
out of here,
Optimum
bro. I
Internet.
don't
It's
care.
famously fast and
Get your
starts
butt
at
out of
only
here,
20.
bro. I do not care. Thank you. That's number 6. This is where we first actually see the backrooms. So something is either using a centrifuge or is generating power, which wouldn't make sense because they're all lined up like this. Is that green? Is that what no. Let's go back. I need confirmation. If that's green, then I think that they've been to the backrooms or are using the backrooms to power things. There's a chance. Because I'll tell you in a minute. No. Hey, wait. I need somebody to figure out what I need somebody to figure out because it popped up for half a second. Either that's just an oscilloscope reading of the power, or wait. This not sound like the backrooms? I say this because what if the thing that powers the backrooms is how the backrooms ends up like oh hold on, we gotta obvious. Oh okay. Nothing. Didn't do it this time. So I guess I was wrong about the from last time. It says I think it's destroying everything now. So in this screen, something's getting mapped out, and it started from like right here. So okay, this has definitely got to be some sort of map or another circuit, which is just as weird. These are just walls. Wait, what if these are just listen? What if each of those lines are walls? You can still not the red lines. Red lines don't count. These might be just like how they mapped it, as in like sectors. Maybe they didn't map it at all. Maybe this is the map. Maybe the backrooms started mapping the async research facility. I don't know. But what if each of these lines are walls? Like for instance, these are pillars. And you could break down one of these walls to get to another part of the backrooms. And ooh. I don't know if this has any meaning whatsoever, but there is a no. There's a start, and if there's just like it's like a maze, but it's messed up. Like, okay, finished. Nope. Oh, wait, just go like this. Oh yeah, it is like messed up. I don't even know how to. There's this way. There's this. There's this little gap. Oh, the little gaps. Oh, we'll see more of those later. So here's when they first have a gateway to the backrooms, not just a
Apparently can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single
knowledge to know
prompt
that
with
it
Wix Harmony. I don't
exists.
know if this is going to
Also,
be possible. Or
get out of here, bro. I do not want your aim. Nicholas Bolton. Doesn't this guy look? Yeah, he looks like the guy in the autopsy report. Imagine that's the next person to go there. Or, sorry. Imagine that was the found footage too. This shouldn't even. This is bad. This. I wish they didn't have this because I feel so bad for this child. It's just a child. And again, there are also some people who do not care for him as a child, and that's a little thing. But you know, I'm not gonna talk about that. Also, the fact that the amount of missing people that there was had risen so much from opening this gate, from the point of opening this gate, I believe means that not, I mean, obviously, yeah, the test was dangerous and ripped hole ripped holes in like the space-time or whatever you want to call it. I don't really care. But I mean, well, actually, that's exactly what's happening. All right, I'm gonna be right back. But I wanted to say that the amount of missing people might actually also be in kind of like correlation with the oh, sorry, tired. The amount of people who are actually in the backrooms in the first place. Like, the more people that are in the backrooms, the more energy that the backroom has, if it's an organism. But the more if the bacteria going through the wall was not an editing error or sorry, animating error, then it might be that bacteria are actually the ones that are splitting holes in the world, and the more people that go into the backrooms, the more people or the more bacteria opens holes in space and pulls people in, which is in fact crazy. But also doesn't mean that bacteria has to make sense because oh, crazy. Alright. Forgot about that. And a memory of a room with a skylight doesn't mean there has to be a cover on it. It's a room with a skylight. And I think that these, if you think about it, these might be like older memories, like very old memories.
Stop. Hold it.
And people being in memories
This is definitely me.
kind of doesn't work. You shouldn't be able to be in a memory and be able to change
It's
it.
organic. Be some kind of fungus.
And then obviously we got the whoa, wrong thing.
Where's my mother gonna?
Oh no, is this the episode with the breakup?
Reba, we can't agree on the house.
Y'all need.
Obviously we got the bacteria. It's more structured than normal bacteria. It's got a nucleus. It's kind of like an amoeba. So I'm gonna guess that it's not brain-eating amoeba. It's more of a brain-altering amoeba, which would be interesting because that would be exactly what the backrooms would need for more lore. That'd just be so cool. If anybody blame him, yeah, it's yeah. Hey, you should have shut the machine off. He said it's dangerous.
Async low proximity magnetic project CV31. Project KV31 pertains to the study and development.
Okay, I'm guessing KV31 isn't gonna be some like crazy like, ooh, this has real world importance, because that would be insane. Actually, I should actually look up what KV31 even is. Let's just look it up, see if anything pops up.
For the sake of convenience, you may hear your peers refer to the project under any of the following titles. Complex. Outside of the ACE guided, all expeditions are to be comprised of no fewer.
So, the no fewer than 3 individuals is very interesting, because that would mean that even if you lose one, you still have a group of 2, and which is very good because you wouldn't want, if you were alone, I don't think you would survive.
Fewer than 3 individuals.
At all. The knocking sound that you hear, I don't know what that is, but honestly, I like it only because it's not a common sound that you would hear with a structurally sound machine. So the fact that you're hearing it with something as dangerous as the backrooms, it's kind of cool for a show, like an animation, whatever it is. But back to the power from earlier that I said sounds like the backrooms. That might be why everything has a small buzz, the hum. Isn't there a word for hum buzz? Something like that. But it sounds familiar. It's definitely quieter, but it's definitely familiar or similar to the power bank. The power bank? I don't know. The big power box. I wonder if you changed it from AC to DC if it changes.
Yeah, but that was 2 weeks ago. You're not going to be doing anything about it now.
Yeah, you'd have to rebuild the whole machine, but you know.
I mean, do you really think that that's actually an option in this situation? I mean...
I don't know what he's saying. I don't really care. I'm not gonna lie. So, here's why I think that, that memories don't need to be in the right time, and why the back room is probably memory. Also, this theory is probably not even mine. I don't know. It's mine, but I don't know if I don't think I was the first to come up with it. But
Guys, do you hear this?
so here you can hear almost like a restaurant, which is interesting because it's to the right and to the left, which is almost like directions to maybe a table, maybe it was you're going around like a counter, like it's like a counter where the host would be like at one point. Dude, I'm gonna have to draw that because I don't understand. Okay, here, how about this? This wall right here could have been at one point like a counter where the hostess or host would be, and you would let's say lead you to a table maybe right here on the other side of this wall, just over here, and that backroom area was almost like a passage to that place, and no zones I don't think are stationary because I'm pretty sure as soon as he would have walked in there, he would have been taken by the null zone. But I think the null zone is more like an electrical current, and it takes it very fast, but it takes time to get there. Almost. Hmm. Almost like when they first turned on the machine, how you saw that the backrooms had like distorted the area around it. And what if thunder was like a sorry, opening the machine was like lightning. It changing the backrooms may have been like a disruption in the backrooms, which would have been like the thunder. And the thunder would have caused more null zones to pop up. Don't know if that's the case, but could have been.
Guys, do you hear this?
Yeah, because I could see a table being around right here, and to fit the simplified memory, we're not allowed to go here. We probably shouldn't go past there, or that could have been a wall. Don't know. Something blocking right there, and just don't go over here. And then maybe over here was like the restroom. Maybe down that hall. Dude, I don't know because I don't do a lot of variation. I'm sure, but
Hey guys, do you hear this? Hey!
it fit the design that you would make if you were to track where somebody went inside of a restaurant. I'll probably draw it out.
Sound. Camera.
Rolling.
All right, and action. All right, cut. Cut. That was good. That was good, guys.
So
All right, that was good.
I did not mean to double click. Whoops. Recording stops. Okay. But, so, here, the world gets lighter, much lighter. It goes negative, hint, hint, negative, which I think would wrap back to the machine, which would cause a null zone. Goes darker, very dark. Oh, grainy? Um, yeah, it must have been just the area he was standing in. And then,
Guys.
Oh, back up, back up. Are the baseboards always like this? Are they always horizontal lines facing away from facing like almost like north and south? It's almost like they always do that. Do they change here? Let's see. No, I can't see. Oh no, they always face away from the wall. I just don't think I've ever noticed that. Oh yeah, because if you go back, the left wall didn't have baseboards. So that's interesting. I didn't notice that only one side had baseboards. Oh, that's so weird. It's just that might have been another animation error. Happens pretty often, actually. It's hard to miss it. But I wonder if the places with baseboards were actual buildings, and if the places without baseboards were something like a tree. You can't go there, so that'd be a pillar. And in a memory, you might mistake in it for an actual formation, so that's why they're so uniform sometimes. And then this trash, dude, it could have been a monster, it could have been a person. Dude, I don't know. I don't think this actually serves the purpose. But this is interesting because this could have been a theater. I don't know, because I mean, I'm not. Oh, actually, hold up. What it kind of reminds me of is the theater seats where they line up and go like back and up. Like it's like one row of seats and then 1 foot, like 2 feet to the back, and then like 1 foot up is the next row of seats. That's what I feel about like this. But if you oversimplify it, it kind of looks like this. So, and then we got the we got the guardrails to make sure you can't go to the screen, which is interesting because they didn't use walls or anything. So, it's interesting that they actually used real rails. Memory of it being nighttime, and I don't like this part because, yeah. Also, maybe it was like when, like back in the times when we would use these variation of a wheelbarrow, wheelbarrow. When we'd use this variation of a wheelbarrow is back when we'd probably have a house like this, but this is just like a picture. back at that time, maybe they were called the Dark Ages, so it was dark.
Hello? Hello?
It's very interesting the sounds that is made here.
Hello? Hello?
They almost seem like distractions, because there's nobody here, and if there were alarms, they would go to the people in. They go to the people in. Not motion detected. What is it? Presentation? Whatever. I don't actually care. Don't remember what that was. Still 22, so yeah, I definitely watched it.
Hello?
Oh yeah, he gets called. Okay, this doesn't sound like music. It almost sounds like I'm not gonna lie, I'm just throwing stuff at the wall this entire video, but this sounds like somebody using tones to communicate, like how you could use 3 digits, like 3 different tones to make any letter, symbol, anything, because you have 26 letters. You have, no, not 26. How many letters are in music? It's like, it's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? It's 7. 7 times 3 is 21. That's 21. So you cannot make anything with that. I cannot. But it just doesn't sound right. It just sounds like they're. That seems to be maybe threshold. Yeah, that's the threshold. This is the room. Servers or whatever. Or what? It cut again. I don't like you can double click to make it full screen. Can you change it too? No, I don't know how. Oh well. So yeah, this is the room. That's the room we were just in.
Tonight, in your spacious La Quinta suite, your eyes could use a break. After a long day of seeing, things. But hey, free waffles always make you forget. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine.
Yeah, we got the modified. There isn't much to take from this except that they know that something is there. So Here's the thing, I don't think it's walking on the wall. But what's happening is... it's almost like it was dragging them on the ceiling. Like one of them... no? Yeah, it just looks like a malformed human. Honestly. Okay, believe it or not, I do like... so here are the things that I said kind of looked like the pipes in archive.tar, because Oak Ridge, I'm not actually sure what they were trying to do with this, but it had the same, similar glow to First the Dory, third test, and third contact. What's even more interesting is that this is spinning, and we saw back in the other video that I said might have been powered by the backrooms and whatever, that they were all spinning. So I don't see anything before and after.
Eve to me is basically freedom. It's a giant open universe where...
So what's interesting is that and like every song in this whole series, it's very odd that sound important, because it's in like every song, bro. Oh, I just skipped it. They have gas masks. They have gas masks.
Yeah, we just...
nobody's coming.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it like that.
You know, it's gonna call out from Oak Ridge or...
I don't know what it's like. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's difficult to people down here. You know, if you look at my timetable.
Check 1 2 3. 1 2 3. Mark, mic check.
You're all good. This is Marv 1 2 3. Marv, mic check 1 2 3.
Great. This is George, mic.
I just realized something. Do they know what's behind the back of the threshold? Like, have they tried destroying the wall that it's not behind them yet? Not behind them yet. One that's behind them now. Like, it's not gonna be the same on both sides, because it's a portal. One side is actually significant, and the other side is not. Do they know what would be over there?
Has the vertical expansion been approved yet?
They're not getting to that until after the presentation.
When does that go through?
Sorry, can you repeat?
What day will the tour be over?
From the 7th to the 10th. Next report out? Yeah, should be good. Alright, end the day tomorrow, I think?
I don't know what to say about this.
Get a cable. Okay.
As far as I know, it's filler. And much needed. Walking around.
Oh, wow. This is new.
I mean, you gotta... And for sake of me saying everything's a memory, this might have been where somebody fell, so they made it so then it would... So then it's literally just gonna break. Maybe it's just a mess up. Maybe it's just a shadow that they mistaken for the gap. Or missing, I don't know.
Visibility falls off pretty quick. Might be at an angle.
And we've got a door?
Yeah, I do see that it looks kind of like...
Recognize the design.
You need to cover all the way
And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how you guys
Assembling the locker would be
figure
redundant.
which would be a memory of so many holes in the floor, specifically
Alright, I'll take a look.
square shape
Go notify
and
Cloud.
carpeted, but at the same time, it's the back rows. He does not
Easy. Good. Oh my god. What do you see?
Everything okay?
Marvin, get the camera over here.
Across?
Fine, just hurry.
Okay. Sure, yeah. Okay, just,
Very interesting
One
that he
moment,
was so shocked by it. Also, is it green?
God.
Say, oh my god.
Oh my god. What do you see?
Everything okay?
If that's green, I feel that he may have saw something different than what's shown.
Marvin, get the camera over here.
Static dead end.
Across?
Fine, just hurry.
okay. Sure, yeah.
Because
Okay, just, one moment,
green means something's changing.
Okay. Okay.
Quick, seriously.
Yeah, I'm going. Walking on normal ground.
I think he's saying to go fast because I think that he doesn't know how long the thing range. Don't know what's up there. I've tried so many times. You know what? I'll try.
Not even there.
Of course, it's gotta go negative. It's gotta go negative. Oh. While... While something could be determined, could be in from nobody knew what would actually be on the other side.
Watch it. Whoa! Oh my god!
I'm a bit there, but the open. Who knows what the.
George, go right back to standard. What?
A newer memory. The reason why this can exist and maybe it's a newer memory. And it's red because maybe somebody died or something. I don't know. But it also is a memory and it doesn't need to make sense. Oh, also the inverted street signs is just could mean something is telling me.
I think I'm losing you. Just stand by.
My gut feeling was to either go forward or go away. Maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to pick apart every single thing that I can before the movie comes out. I'm gonna say everything that I can. The reason why it was in carpet is because they didn't understand why it was. Oh yeah, right. Brother. And it's right here.
I think I'm losing you. Just stand by.
Oh, sweet. That was not what I meant to do, but okay. I think I'm losing you, Stand, and then Stan said it multiple times, so... So, Noir, of course, the Noir filter. What could that mean? I guess it could have been less of a null zone as in one that we know. Maybe it was more of a go back like a quarter of a second and maybe say it twice. Maybe it was just a clump to do that.
403, do you copy?
We should test the bacteria for radioactivity.
This is Marv.
Okay. Good, we read you. What?
I think some.
And of course, there's the bacteria. It gets chased. You notice it sounds like a serious pain.
What's going on?
Obviously. I mean, what else do I take from this? It's a duty serious pain. And it's probably not in control of himself whatever the bacteria is trying to do something. And when the bacteria is down there and something again,
Okay, I'm here. Set it down.
I'm pretty sure that he gets his conscience back. And he can still scream and stuff. Oh,
grab it like, yeah, hold it. Okay.
No more audio. Oh,
stand clear, we're shutting it down.
I think it's hilarious to say Kane Parsons, of all things, struggled with rope physics.
Stand clear, we're shutting it down.
It's so funny to me that he struggled with, of all things, rope physics. It's like, it looks good here. And then it and then it spikes up and around the Okay, well, it didn't go negative, so I can't say that he guaranteed. Or hold on, I couldn't guarantee that he actually like null zoned when he was at the door or at the where he is right now, because it never went negative and it didn't really flicker. It's more like the camera turned off for a second. So
With all these Hilton honors points, I could
I
stay
don't
for
understand
free.
report.
At the Waldorf Astoria in the Maldives? What about the canopy in Paris?
Hilton honors,
Well,
babe.
When
I
you want
think
points
I
that can
think I
take you
don't
anywhere,
understand report
anytime, it
because
matters where you
it's
stay. Hilton, for the stay.
I think it's the one that people overlook the most.
Collection. What about Subway meets Forest?
There's gotta be something. Could have been just a whole filler video. I don't think King would do that. So this is the security dude, or this is the doctor, security dude. This is the dude that ended up discharging the weapon with damage control. The stay there.
Yeah, should be good.
Yes. I think it was him. So they're reviewing it, and I think they're in the facility.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Oh yeah, these guys' first time seeing the monster.
That is not a fucking question!
I guess it just grows in whatever shape it needs to hold itself up. I don't think it needs a specific shape. I think it just needs one that can run. It's like the ultimate life form if you think about it. It adapts itself not having problems running. As a weird common thing. But it's weird because it is what? Oh. It's completely different than every other one, just like humans. But the same species, just like humans. They are just weird. I don't know how to describe it. Also, that would be a peak album cover for Backrooms, bro. Right here, that's peak. Also, respect to Kane Pixels, because I had recently heard that he wanted to use as little CGI as possible, so they made the actual backrooms itself. Like, he actually made the set, and people were actually getting lost in there. And then I saw a comment that said that they should make it so that after the set is done, people can like go walk around in there. Man, I don't think I would do a. I don't think I would ever tour the backrooms, even if it is a set. Nah, thank you. Osvet. Circuit. What? Oh, more. It's a circuit blueprint. We finally get the circuit blueprint. Finally. But it's always weird that they add this in the middle of the video that actually had like something else to it. It is just circuit. Also, is this window? Because I don't understand this. Why? Oh, okay. I saw something. Ooh, did I see correctly? Looked right up here. Here and around here. It was on the tape. What does that mean, though? Does that mean that? Because, well, okay, I know that that this is not 100% chronological. I think that there's some mix-up around here. So could that have been a different not a community, a different company? Because they seemed a lot more shocked than they needed to for that specific thing, that specific tape. They knew about the backrooms prior. Also, that is a cool animation right here. They just disappeared. That's actually kind of cool.
Igor is the coach, so he bought a .coach domain name with Squarespace, so you can book him and call him.
A space.
The world around us is ever-changing. Throughout this past century, we have seen the advent of countless innovations that have completely reshaped life as we know it. But with all of this growth comes a number of undesirable byproducts. Byproducts that, if left unchecked, have the potential to irreversibly scar our modern world. As human expansion is projected to increase exponentially in the coming decades, we must account for these never-before-faced challenges in ways equally never-before considered. Here at Async, we believe we have found the solution. The low-proximity magnetic distortion system.
That's an interesting
What is the low proximity magnetic distortion system? Using 32 will be distributed across all points. Using 32.
Oh, it didn't go negative. I just realized that. It just went blue. Oh, I didn't even notice that it zoomed in on magnetic distortion system.
Will be distributed across all points, allowing for cargo and personnel to seamlessly pass through their designated threshold. While our current threshold is limited in scale, future models will be able to span entire rooms.
They probably are lying to the government on what they're actually doing here, because they are onto something, but if they don't have a way to make money, then the government doesn't want to be a part of it. Just like every other thing that the government does. Well, not the government, just, fat ass companies and corporations in general. You know, looking at you, power company. Fucking, oh my god. Anyways.
Transfer of larger vessels and equipment.
Now, moreover, that gas and oil companies, nah, those people, nah. Anyways. So it says that conventional storage costs more, but how much does the A space actually cost? Because if you think about it, how much would the A space cost to build? That's all it takes. All you gotta do is build it. So, presentation. This, yeah, this is the one. Oh, they're trying to use multiple layers. I saw that. No. Corporate offices. This looks like something straight out of the lab in Steam. Or just a presentation from like a board game. Leaving those holes open is actually a very interesting idea, because it means that some people who, don't care about the rules could just jump down there, or, throw people down there. Yeah, because it's such a great idea. Great idea. What? I don't recognize that. These are actually not bad concepts, I'm not gonna lie. They're a pretty good concept. Problem is, it's too empty, man. It's too empty.
Sorry to interrupt, but this is important. The shooter who murdered my sweet little Daniel brought
Frame by frame, frame by frame. Come on, let's go. Come on. Hold on. Gotta pick up my whole monitor. Oh, shoot, that's the wrong button. That's the wrong button. Oh, I turned off my monitor. Whoops. That's not right. Okay, it says something to D-East. Hold on. Hold on. to DEC. DECE. Oh, to deceive? I'm guessing it says FEDE. Oh, see, this is what I mean. Oh, whoa. There was a little bit more to that to then just. Uh, this is it?
There we have encased wiring. 10.0.8. Yeah, first of all,
They actually make it. Oh shoot, they actually made some of the ideas. Joe Tape Archive 283. It's interesting because they don't know what's in here. I don't.
Commercialization could have been expedited. Glad you think that way. As a matter of fact, if you look at your clause 4, page, you see critical technologies in the world by failure to recognize that by having a system of declassification of certain elements, having the industry be with us at that point. Sergeant, over here. Sir, please take a look at this. If you could all just excuse me for a moment. My apologies. What is it? What was the introduction of this? Sorry, there's not one of those.
I just realized that I don't think they ever closed the backrooms because they would have to have some sort of optic cable that sends.
Hi there, I'm calling from the ACENT Research Institute in San Jose, California. I'm trying to get hold of my supervisor, who I believe is currently staying at your venue. Ivan Beck? Yes, that'd be great, thank you. Clive. it's me. Do you have a second? Fair point. So I've got a bit of a problem going on over here. About 45 minutes ago, I was called back down to KB31 because apparently, while the Department of Energy was reviewing our contracts, an employee managed to set off the complex motion sensors. Actually, they went perfectly. We've got all the initial signatures, and the contract should be executed by next week. I'm glad to hear it. Back to the problem though. So I get called down to figure out why we have a fully suited employee in the complex after hours on an off day. Well, I have no idea who this is. He's definitely not on the project. Well, I try to talk to him, but he's completely disoriented. He doesn't seem to know where he is or who I am. Yeah. He said his name was Peter Tench.
Peter Tench. Wait. Hold on.
Probably over the cameras.
Hold on. I'm gonna see what this says. It's all I can read is under a great testimony, began shredding documents after the cargo ship. The cargo plane was shot down. The next month, there were news reporters from something US something to Iran. Oh, does that say something sales to Iran? Fiery wreck besides Vinya leaves one dead. Other plans to tried fiasco made his committee and 80 applications, in several states. He said that the committee plans to have a new add something on board before something chairman Billy Melton that the deed to the Burt something property in front of the blank building in the new, and this just seems like a newspaper. Why is this on for so long? Yeah, this is just a newspaper. What the heck? Why is it there? Whatever.
I'm the last one here. Everyone else is headed home. No, it's just me.
Oh, but that might be something.
Wait, hold on. This isn't him, is it?
It's another colorless photograph, except for this weird dot. I don't know what that's about.
Welcome to Wix Harmony. Take the speed of AI and
I
pixel
don't know
level
what to think
control.
about that. I really don't.
Okay, so you may be wondering what I'm doing. Recording a square of tape in my garage. I swear I've not gone crazy. There's a very good reason for this, and if you just give me a moment here, you can see for yourself. Okay, I don't think it's worth trying to explain what's gonna happen here. You just have to see it.
It's
So
let's move on. There's some fungus growing on some glass, which isn't normal, but you know, whatever. It's the back rooms. I don't care. She goes into here, and the monster wakes up. Sweet. So the monster wakes up from what seemed to be a plant, but as we already know, it's fungus. The brain, the part that was connected to the brain is the part that moved first. Well, actually, it's the only part that moved at all. The part that was closest to the brain or connected to the brain stem, nervous system, whatever. But it needed to find out what part of itself that would hold up in running, is what I'm guessing. Like, would it be what parts would be able to run if given the need to? It sounds like somebody crying when they run out of air. So let's. Yep. She ran away from the green, which is good. Good. She ran away from the green. So the green, I think, is super radioactive, like very, very deadly. What I'm guessing. I think it also is what powers the backrooms to start rearranging and moving. And I think that it's very interesting that it's in this corner over here because yeah, that sounds like a Geiger counter. Oh, that was very interesting. Surprised nobody's looked at this yet. Why does okay, either it's a washing machine or an eyeball. Or a huge plant cell. It almost looks like something down there was alive. But it was green, so something was living. Maybe another diaphragm is right there, the walls. A little gap that goes on forever, but doesn't need to make physical sense because there's a hallway that goes right to it anyways. And then this is the most interesting part for me. Because you can see as everything starts to kind of... As everything... I could have swore that was text. But as you see, everything starts breaking down. One of the first things that I had noticed on... I think it was my first look through. This hallway is moving. Like, the whole hallway. Like, you can see light. Here, let's go back a little bit. That's no mistake. Not a mistake. This room is forgotten? Not a memory anymore? Because she was in it? I guess she's gone too. But then, here's the thing. I think it only affected her. It didn't affect the camera because it was found footage.
Governor Katie Hobbs. She knows what it's like to work fast food and drive Uber to get by. As governor, she balanced the budget without raising taxes, reducing electricity bills, and cutting red tape to build more affordable housing.
And I'll keep working to make Arizona work better for you.
I don't care.
$10 for a large. $10 for any 3 toppings. $10 for your choice of hot crust. Only at Pizza Hut.
I'm gonna go to Pizza Hut right now. I love the switch up from, oh my god, this person just died. Yippee, so fire. I want to find this place. This looks like the most violent place to be. What? This place looks like a violent. Looks like a messed up human of in itself. Eyeball, kind of an eyeball, kind of an eyeball, hair, a mouth, like a neck, kind of. It looks like a goofy ass human, but also the most disturbing thing that I've seen. Fishing inside. So cool. I love these those old cameras. Just the urn, the attic. Very cool. I could have swore I've been something like that before. I said like it, not that place. What's interesting is that in the autopsy report, it ended in a sunrise, or sunset, a red sunset. And mold, I'm guessing? Because I'd be surprised if it were anything else. And what are the chances if backrooms messes up humans? I'm trying to make humans. It could also mess up trying to make a normal life form, like a fungus, bacteria, whatever. And then maybe that horrendous thing that just faced that person. Or because I don't actually, because nobody knows what it is. Nobody knows exactly what it is. Also, very interesting that that somebody in the Backrooms universe found the and what the hell did I just see? I like this song. happy that they finally got golf carts in here, I guess.
Enough room to unpack over there.
Okay, sounds good.
Can you loosen that strap?
So, what? I actually don't know what made this such a big problem that they had to block it off. Very weird in my opinion.
Over on the left.
Oh, they blocked. Oh shoot! I didn't realize that that somebody actually mapped out this area that's actually a great idea, because this is a little overview. You could make a replica of the backrooms. I was wondering how those Gmod did it.
And then you're going to want to stop up here and just a few to the right. Carry on forward and head into that gap over on the left.
Why did that creepy music though? Oh, this is probably one of the first times in this whole series they can see walls that are not completely up to the ceiling, which is, it's not abnormal, but it's not normal for the back rooms, because if you look, we're on what, episode 17, and this is like the first, I think this is one of the first times that we find walls that don't go to the ceiling. So it's more of a complex shape. It's not just a two-dimensional, infinite, go on forever point. It's a, well, because as far as we know, these walls could stretch on for miles up and down, but we don't know. I mean, obviously we kind of know because lighting and tile survey, but damn, I guess I just proved myself wrong. But fine, it's a complex shape because it's not connected. It's, besides the damn furniture that we found in Backrooms Found Footage 2, and probably a few other things. It's not a common thing, but because there are so many odd shapes here, the farther you go, it becomes more common.
Is that really what he said? I don't think he has a full understanding of the situation.
Oh, I doubt he does either, but I think that matters.
Baseboards. Oh my gosh, bro, I do not care about your Galaxy S.
This is the Tempur-Pedic Breeze mattress, and it's designed
what year is
to
it?
help you feel cool.
That's still good?
We've had that many generations.
The last one came back good, but I recommend you keep a mask on just to be safe.
I gotta start updating our protection system. I feel like I'm always missing things in this mess.
I haven't driven it back.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe we're just conserving power, and they take it back in the cart when they get here.
Hey team, this is Mark. You copy? Copy, reach 11 clear. We have just reached 14D. There are no visible signs of Marvin's friend.
That is absolutely not the name we're going with.
Well, then you better start working on a new one. This one isn't a better view.
There are no signs of Marvin's friend. Yeah. Right. That's what I call
These ones are all fairly even, right? You just have to go on that one.
Just focus on going downstairs.
Sorry, that specifically that.
I believe the car sheets was voice for today.
Alright, well, that's good to hear. Are you ready to start sending people down? I know we don't have that many hours left before we need to start revamping the material protocols. We need to double check again on 1, 2, 5, 7, 3 as well. Hey, can I get a hand over here?
Oh, something just occurred to me about pitfalls. When it said some data could be inferred, but nobody knew it was on the other side. What are the chances that somebody did the math? And I'm not talking about the actual pitfalls themselves. What if they were talking about the backrooms? It's like as a whole. Stuff could be inferred about it, and kind of, or not inferred. Stuff could be like predicted, like you're trying to like the math matches up, but nobody solidly knew what would be on the other side, which is crazy because they said in the whatever it was like, was it archive.tar or was it the third test? It was the third test. I don't think they actually knew it was on the other side. So I don't know how they knew that it would be a solution to all storage and conventional housing. Just crazy. I'm happy that they blocked off that specific part of the... Ooh.
Is this the same one they had you practice with?
Well, pretty similar, but they were just renting that one. Same one as far as I'm concerned, though. Not like I know the difference.
Wouldn't want to be on the other end of that.
You wouldn't want to be on the other end of any gun, Marvin.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Alright, get your lights on. Marv, light.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Standard, this is Mark. We're now beginning our progression into room 14C. Alright, so we're going to want to stay mostly down the middle.
So, somebody said something about a smiley.
Maybe go around one or two just to make sure we're not missing anything.
Am I blind?
Alright, Standard, this is Mark. We're now beginning our progression into room 14C. Alright, so we're going to want to stay mostly down the middle, but maybe go around one or two just to make sure we're not missing anything.
I've never seen anything about a smiley.
That's the damn thing in this mouse.
I don't know. Okay, yeah, floor's different. Looks like concrete, or what was it called? The stuff they layer over concrete to make it shiny. Epoxy? Yeah, epoxy. Good, looks like we got standard white drywall with black vinyl trim or wall base. And ceiling looks relatively the same, just tighter, smaller tiles.
It looks like there's another space between the floor types. Huh.
Oh yeah. Guess we can put a tape measure down there again. We got displaced tiles. Yeah.
Enjoy year-round sunshine and an active lifestyle at our vibrant Arizona resorts. With endless activities and amenities, you'll find fun and friendly faces every day.
It is interesting.
New homes available. Call us today for a tour.
Deadly.
These are website names that are still somehow available. So for Australia non-believers, australiaisn'treal.org and australiaisn'treal.net.
See anything?
No, not really.
Well, there's a little hole in the back.
Oh, yeah.
Is there a wall back there? A wall? Or can't tell what that is.
Well, it just looks like a wall. Huh.
Watch the gun. Sorry.
Is this just the natural state, or can something move these? Yeah, I'm not sure which one I prefer, but right now I'm kind of leaning towards the former.
Yeah. I believe we've only seen displaced tiles 4, I think it was 4 times before. Not too common.
Not a fan of this area.
I don't see that smiling.
Guys, I found something.
Yeah?
You gotta look at this. What, is it me? Copy, do you copy? Yeah, no, the signal's dead, we've gone too far. We gotta go back.
Well, if we do get back, it's just a non-issue, and you just come back around, and I don't see what...
Oh my god!
Okay.
Please, just answer my questions and I'll be gone. How many people are out here right now? Down the hall, how many people are out here?
Wait.
I don't know.
Peter?
Oh shit.
Marv? Marvin?
Yes, it's me. Is it really you?
It's me.
How? It's been months. We thought you...
I know. That's what they did. They took my life from me, Marv. Everyone thinks I'm fucking dead. My wife and children think I'm dead.
Can you please put down the gun?
Barbara, just tell me. Did they hold a funeral?
Yes.
This is Team A. Do you read us? Yes, A-Team, this is Mark. I read you.
Mark, don't.
What are you doing?
We need immediate arms support of room 14C. My team and I are being held at gunpoint by a hostile. I repeat.
Stop!
Please
Don't shoot him.
arms support to room
Stop.
14C.
Don't.
Sorry.
Well, that's what he gets here. It is being held at gunpoint. It says, I need help. It's a hostile.
But I need to tell them that I'm alive. I need to know.
Going to damage control. Why do they do the worst music? At the worst time. Oh wait, no. There's got to be a meaning for that. There's got to be. Got it.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys, Nina just built an app.
Impossible. Damage control is good.
Mark, this is Team A. Do you read us? Yes, A-Team, this is Mark. I read you. What are you doing? We need immediate arms support in room 14C. My team and I are being held at gunpoint by a hostile. I repeat, please send immediate arms support to room 14C of your vehicle. See, for that panel, it should connect.
What was that? Oh.
What was that?
This is interesting music to be playing right now. This is like curious music. Also, the Backrooms movie, I feel that there's a chance that the main character will find async and will be pulled into the project and asked about a bunch of questions and stuff. And he will ultimately either be killed or he will dramatically escape. Well,
I'd like to thank you all once again for your patience on this. It has been a stressful 15 hours for all of us here, and while he cannot currently be with us, Dr. Beck sends his apologies regarding the numerous inconveniences caused by our decision to keep you here overnight. Now, it appears that the situation has reached a point of some stability. We're still looking into a few things, but I feel that we can now properly address what occurred without running into speculation. What happened last night should not have happened. Not here, not with us. What occurred was a gross misunderstanding that was the result of some severe information mismanagement. Even now, I believe most of you still have an incomplete idea of what took place last night. So before I fill you in, I need to address the fact that there has been information deliberately withheld from many of you on the project. Now, these choices were not made lightly and were done for only the best of reasons. However, I want to make it abundantly clear that following the events of last night, it has been proven to us that that method of conducting ourselves was not viable. So, I'm coming to you now to correct this mistake and begin delivering the authentic order of events as we understand them. On the morning of March 1st, a team of 4 researchers was sent into the complex to conduct a routine layout analysis. George Levy, Marvin Lee, Ronald McCarthy, and Peter Tench. At around 12:25 p.m., the group realized that they had lost track of Tench while traversing a previously accessed branch of hallways. As you'll recall, this prompted an immediate withdrawal of response back to standard, followed by several days of significant search efforts. However, those ultimately yielded nothing, and as far as any of us were concerned, Tench had simply vanished, leaving no physical trace. Now, for obvious reasons, that wasn't something that we could disclose to the public, so roughly 2 weeks following his disappearance, our security team was forced to put together a more acceptable cause of death that would keep attention away from this institute and provide closure to the family. So that is all close to common knowledge, I presume. Not all of you were with us at the time of the incident, however, you're certainly aware of the effects it has had on our internal procedures over the past few months. Regardless, that was where Tench's involvement in this came to an end.
I just understood something. That newspaper, the fiery crash, was the car crash that the service team put together, or not the service team, the security team put together to make up a death for Peter Tench. Oh my god, it all makes sense now. See, that's why you read. That's why you read.
At least, that's what we assumed. Because on May 8th at approximately 5:30 p.m., a motion alert was sent out from the complex, which was closed off at the time. One of our senior engineers was sent down to assess the situation and discovered a male dressed in hazard gear who we were able to identify as Peter Tench. Immediately following this discovery, Tench was moved to a secure room on this floor where Over the following days, a select group of doctors were able to administer a panel of tests in order to determine what had happened to Peter in the 2 months he had been gone. Those tests yielded very little useful information. By all measures, Peter appeared to be in excellent health. However, we were still provided one very useful tool in understanding how the situation unfolded from his perspective. Some of you may recall that on the day of his disappearance, Tench was his team's designated camera operator. Well, when we recovered him, he still had that camera in his possession, and in fact had documented the entire ordeal. The footage will be presented in its entirety later today. However, for the purpose of this discussion, I will only be highlighting key events.
Brother.
Excuse me, sir, how old were you when you made your first million?
What is this for?
We're trying to get advice.
This is the hallway where Peter was last seen. They're not in view, but you can hear the others walking behind him. Now, as he approaches the bench on the right here, pay close attention to the audio.
Guys, can you hear this?
Save the discussion for afterwards, but what you just saw is what we believe to be the moment that Peter was instantaneously transported 2 months forward in time. Following that abrupt flash you just saw, Tench proceeds back out into the hallway in search of his team, but is without any indication of their presence. The next 30 or so minutes of the tape follow a fairly panicked Tench as he attempts to navigate his way back to the threshold. He does obviously find his way back. However, the threshold appears not as he knows it, but as it appeared on the date of May 8th. And this ties us back to the moment when we recovered him. So, to summarize, from his point of view, he had only been inside the complex for several hours. So to him, all of the new developments surrounding the threshold were completely foreign. Luckily, though, as I already mentioned, there were people available to manage the situation as it unfolded. And over the course of the following days, we were able to properly sit down with Peter and work with him to gain a collective understanding of what had happened. However, there was still the very significant fact that Mr. Tench was considered legally deceased as a result of the cover story, and reversing that would be no easy feat. He understood this and was willing to cooperate while we looked for a way to reintegrate him without raising suspicion. Unfortunately, though, that process ended up taking quite a bit longer than we had anticipated, and all the while, Peter was sucked out here, waiting idly by. We did our best to keep him engaged, but it is hard to combat the effects of prolonged sensory deprivation on the human brain, and as a result, Peter's mental state took a toll. Not to a degree that was outright concerning at first, but around the end of week 2, we noticed that he was starting to exhibit a number of behaviors common in patients diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, though we don't have reason to believe that Mr. Tench was afflicted with that condition. Whatever the case, while he didn't express it outright, from what we could gather, he appeared to have deluded himself into believing that he was still inside some sort of illusion created by the complex, and that we were secretly looking to do him harm. This all came to a head on the night of the 22nd, when, while Tench was finally about to be transferred to a temporary above-ground residence, he broke away from us and, using stolen credentials, forced his way back into the complex where he would go undiscovered until just last night, when he ambushed and violently attacked Team B in room 14C, leaving Dr. Bloom in critical condition. We can presume that during the 2 or so days Tench spent in the complex, he let go of the idea that he could somehow escape through an alternate threshold, but still held on to the belief that all of us here were working to trap him in some way, despite our actions saying exactly the opposite. Immediately after firing a single shot from the Remington 870 to Dr. Bloom's side, Tench fled the scene and headed to the threshold outpost, where he would turn the weapon on several more of you while progressing into standard and through the lower offices. Given the abrupt and chaotic nature of the unfolding situation, it took our security team several moments longer than it ideally should have to figure out what was happening. But thankfully, while Tench was passing through one of the empty labs next to storage, Dr. Maxwell was able to act quickly and managed to disarm him, accidentally discharging the weapon into the ceiling in the process, though. However, Tench still managed to avoid apprehension, fleeing into the maintenance wing and evading our security staff by taking the freight elevator to the surface. Now, this situation could have played out very badly, given the potential number of witnesses around the building at the time. But luckily for everyone involved, as far as we can tell, Tench was not noticed as he exited the property. Around 5 minutes later, our security team made it to the ground floor and began a thorough sweep in the direction of the hillside where cameras had last observed Tench. Now,
stop watching this ad. Go to Wix and grab your domain name before
Dude,
someone else does.
Thank you.
There's no easy way to say this other than to just say it. I am terribly sorry to inform you all, but Mr. Tench was found deceased halfway down the hillside. The result of an extreme blow to the head. It appears that while he was running through some brush, he failed to anticipate a sudden dip in the ground and tragically fell forward into a large rock. Given the circumstances, it was not something any of us could have anticipated or prevented. The tragedy of the entire situation undoubtedly remains, but Dr. Tench, regardless of how troubled he was in his final days, was a brilliant man who gave his all to this project. He would certainly not want us hindering it in his name. What we're doing here is so much bigger than any one person. It is the work of a unified effort, and we need to ensure that that is never lost sight of. That we hold on to the pre-established notion that Peter is and has been deceased. That is done, and there is nothing more to be extracted.
But yeah, as far as I know, all that said, all that basically was that they had to say that he was dead, but actually they reintegrated him back into society. But once again, still in place. Or, I mean, the thing, I think.
I've said that our negotiations in this area with the Soviets are just beginning. Commerce Secretary Peterson returned yesterday, 2 weeks, mostly in Moscow, but also in Warsaw, during which time very considerable progress was made. We're narrowing our differences, which have kept us from settling our Lend-Lease debt for 25 years. And the good faith which the Soviets would demonstrate by settling the debt would set the stage for a presidential order permitting Exim Bank credits for sales to the Soviets. And it would also open the way for a presidential request of the Congress that denies
green or yellow. Also, I think this backstory there, in this book, the backstory actually starts. Also, that is green, is it not? Because this is in the overworld. Where does green light? Where does... Is this... favorably of those dielectric materials used for microwave substrates such as YIG silicon or AI sync aluminum? I don't know what that says. So they were making gamma. Like they were doing some bad stuff. Well, not bad. I mean, it's probably just how they opened the backrooms in the first place, but still. Wait. It said Ivan back. Oh, what could this mean? What could this mean? Oh, wait, it's the beginning. This is the beginning of test 3? No, not test 3, not test 3. This is, Ivan Beck is the administrator. Ooh. I don't know. I see secondary. See stage. Or maybe Sataj. I don't know. I don't know why you would need a Sataj or what that means. Sorry, I'm looking up what green light do. I don't want to use the AI overview because that's just too easy. And also sometimes it's wrong. It's crazy because I can't do anything. I can't click off of the YouTube or it'll stop the recording. I know, terrible recording software, but it's the only one that I know how to find the videos in. I don't know, man. It's almost like it's not a common thing to look up. Yeah, I can't find a single thing on it. I mean, I can find a thing or two, but it's not like... It's not definite, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. Also, this is odd. Why would the sky be shifting in one area? Wait a minute. Null zones are reflections. Dude. Null zones are like reflections. Like, if we go back to archive.tar, which I will in a second once it loads, hopefully it'll work. Come on.
Tonight, in your spacious La Quinta suite, your eyes could use a break. After a long day of seeing, things. But hey, free waffles always make you forget. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine.
The hiding spot in the next video has to be next level.
What if it's all doors? Hundreds of doors. And like, you're in one of them.
I like this.
Where are we gonna get 100 doors?
Door store?
We don't have to.
We're just...
On July 2nd, 1988, the Basin Research Facility tested its low-proximity magnetic distortion system for the third time. Details regarding...
Oh, it was archive.tar, not third test. Whoops. See, this is, I think this is the real world. Like the actual, what it is. Not the real world. This is actually what it is in the backrooms, and then this is like a reflection. Like if we go back to this. This is just a reflection, so this might be a moving null zone. Which is kind of what I thought it would be.
Sometimes life can be a little messy.
Which is
but with next-gen Nuvella Performance
so
Fabric...
cool that I knew that. Or not new, but that I could guess something. So there could be null zones in real life.
Today is November 14th. It is a Tuesday.
Because of this machine.
Yeah.
That might have been the demo.
It is incredibly cold.
Which is primarily of silicon dioxide and aluminium oxide, and the rest is a on-fine mixture of silicate material, some starch, latex polymers, and some organic fibers derived from plant materials. Recycled cellulose, really. But the light troffer housing is made of galvanized steel coated with a thin layer of zinc. Inside, the fluorescent bulbs are non-standard in proportion, most closely resembling T12 bulbs. So the 4 bulbs measure 1.2 meters in length with a diameter of 38.1 millimeters. We're extrapolating here, only 51, but that bulb and lasers and the rest contain the following components. Phosphor coating, the calcium hemiphosphate for converting ultraviolet light to visible light. Mercury vapor in a small quantity which facilitates the ultraviolet light emission. Argon gas, and again this is all standard for these fluorescent bulbs, but that's an inert gas that assists with regulating the current and really starting the bulbs, and they are connected via a G13 base, which is a standard 2-pin base with 13 millimeter spacing for electrical connection. So the wiring connected to the fixture is PVC insulated copper, which appears standard again. The prismatic diffuser over the bulbs is made of polymethyl methacrylate, which is again commonly used for its light diffusion properties. I mean, it's what we have in the building here, very standard. But we also inspected the ballast, which is of the electromagnetic type. There's some variation in how these are being manufactured now. This one contains a laminated steel core and copper windings designed to operate at 60 hertz. So the ballast emit. This has been running for a little bit. I mean, despite its age, the ballast is functional. Its large proportions suggest it was built for a non-standard space, not something you find in the majority of offices or most commercial spaces, though that's not something I'm too familiar with, truthfully. Now, we did find, so material compositions all seem expected, or we don't know what to expect here. They seem, everything we've looked at so far, again, this is rudimentary early testing, but everything seems pretty congruent with what you might expect from one of the trapper lights you could pull out of the ceiling in this building right here. So nothing too strange, but that maybe makes things even stranger. Because we look at these lights, and let me see. Something else. So several labels were marked on various components of the troffer. So on the ballast, we found markings for mark it as a universal ballast, Type A, manufactured in 1975 with serial number A75234X. The troffer itself is stamped 3X432, and that was manufactured in 1973 in Reading, Pennsylvania, and it is UL listed. And the bulbs were manufactured by Sylvania, and they marked F40SW, that's soft white, with no visible date information. It's left blank, but it is noted as made in the USA. So, I mean, though outdated in design, the fixture appears fully functional. The stable operation of all light fixtures in the subdivision points to a continuous, potentially autonomous power source, which still remains unidentified. We're doing what we can.
Dude, imagine being
material.
Okay, just imagine being in the back rooms. That alone is fucking terrifying. Then imagine all of the lights turn off. That would even be more terrifying. That would just be terrible.
Materials used are durable with minimal visible wear, suggesting they were built for long-term, possibly indefinite use. So this concludes the initial findings. Further investigation is necessary to determine.
We have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code. This is Base 44. This is a first look at the current industry-leading AI app builder, and you wouldn't believe the kind of apps that people are creating. Smart nutrition.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it, just by thinking about it.
Dude,
Meet
I don't
Base
really want to watch this
44.
one because it's such a long video. He talks for a bit, falls. He falls into a very, very office-looking office space, which is very interesting for the backrooms. It's something newer. Probably a high IQ bacteria faces him over here, and he uses the radio equipment he finds here, and he tries calling somebody. He hears noises, so he goes over to the other side of the building. He got scared because he heard maybe radio, I think it was, and then he went over here, and he got chased by a still life, which is the most terrifying fucking thing on the planet. Or like even thinking about it is just just we're just gonna ignore still lives. He finds a red space, runs around for a bit, finds a cardboard cutout that apparently is going to be important for the movie. Here it is. The caveman cardboard cutout. He finds a house and he talks to a real man. A real man. But this man isn't in the backrooms. He's in the overworld. And through the wall on the front, over by the front door, he can hear the man through the wall next to the front door, almost near the vent. that you see to the left. And the man is confused. How could this even happen? He's talking about all the, like, this doesn't make any sense. And then he goes to cut Robbie out of the wall, or cut Robbie the character that this man is, that's holding the camera currently, a hole in the wall to get through, and he goes, "What the hell? What the hell?" And he gets...
Alright, listen, we're having some of the wainscoting here redone. I can open up the wall here, it's still loose, but I need you to move slowly, alright? Thank you! Come out with your hands first. I want to see your face, and we'll take things from there. Thank you! I think it's... What the fuck? What? Oh my god. Oh my god, wow, what the fuck? Hello?
And if we go to the very beginning of this...
Hey, what happened?
Let me show you how to go from a sketch of an idea to a real working app in Airtable within minutes. I had this idea to create a dashboard in the style of like a streaming service homepage where each card
sounds very audio cut out because of microphone failure. Since this is a live trailer. I'm pretty sure this man got sucked into the back rooms, and the still life over here, because the back rooms doesn't need a... No, wait, no, that's not how that works. Alright, well, so somebody said that that the still life may have been a copy of a person that the backrooms made, but because the backrooms can't make copies of people very well, it kind of is messed up. It's not right. The still life. And I actually kind of like that idea. But this man may have been brought to the backrooms through that time, or through this...
What happened? Oh my god, wow, what the fuck? Hello? Hey, what happened? Hello?
And then Robbie gets very, very worried because that was the only person he's seen this entire, what? We see it as an hour, but he's probably been walking around in his, not his eyes. It was about, he said about 9 hours. So that was the first person that he's seen that hasn't tried to kill him. And he might have just been brought to a death sentence, basically. And then the rest of it is playing the song Still Life.
I was thinking I'm running out of time to talk to a lawyer about my job. I keep thinking about this moment when I was like 7.
interesting because the end of this last, what, minute? This is a minute? That's a minute, so there's one. It's like, okay, that's like 2 minutes. Like a minute is like this section. So there's 45 of those throughout this whole thing. Jeez, that doesn't make any sense at all. 45 of those little sections.
It was at that park back home, one the windmill thing with the face, just to scare me. It was summer. The sky was, I don't remember the sky. It was hot out. Gary and Linda were there. You were there. I think you just got that orange bike that got stolen. One of your friends were there. I can see your faces so clearly. I just want to go home. I just want to go home. I'm sorry for all the stuff that I did and said. Just gonna fix it.
Welcome to Wix Harmony. Take the speed of AI and pixel level
So,
control.
what was interesting about the band?
No, I don't like this, and you shouldn't either.
Of found footage was
Turning in the Oklahoma City bar.
On our left, you can see the Ferris wheel.
actually.
Over on the right is the food. Straight ahead is the agricultural barn.
I don't know.
I don't like this, and you shouldn't either.
What are you trying to get out of this, Marvin? We're on the same side, for God's sake. I don't disagree that things were handled poorly, but please, can you try to have a little perspective here?
Handled poorly. They killed him, George. He was alive and well, and you can't tell me for a second that the United States Department of Energy didn't have the resources to fix things. Are you kidding me?
Neither you nor I know exactly what happened, and frankly, it shouldn't be something that concerns us. Look, I know you appreciate how lucky we are to be a part of this project. It's not worth dying on this hill.
Yeah, but what if next time it's you? Or me?
Marv, come on.
Yeah, you want to put me down like an animal over a minor fucking hiccup? Give a speech at my memorial? It's not cost-effective, George.
Yeah, but we're not going to let that happen, are we? You know how I know? You're the fourth person I've had this conversation with. Nobody wants a repeat of what just happened. Listen, I know how stressful this is, but the best thing you can do now is just take a couple weeks off, give yourself a chance to process, and, you know, that'll show them that we can handle these kinds of things.
Yeah. Sorry, I know, you're right. I think I just had to get that out of my system. I don't know what that was.
No, please, I get it. I think it's the right call. You gotta keep pushing forward, okay?
One more thing that I wanted to add was that when I said that green means moving, moving means unstable because it's not structurally sound. If it's, I'm not talking about RVs here. We're talking about a house. If a house is moving, it's not stable. So green means an unstable area is what I've been meaning to say this entire time. I just never have because I'm a little dumb. But anyways, let's get back.
Hey.
Hey, have you had a chance to look around back here yet?
No, not yet, but I'm seeing it now.
Okay, cool. Wait here for a second. I want to
So
show
you see
the
the door there. It's not actually important. But you do notice that as you go farther away from the threshold, the less of the vacuums kind of
Oh, weird. This is
makes
even
less sense.
This is even stranger than I thought.
But I want to make sure that I down, up, right, up, down, this one, down, let's try that.
Like, for instance, what is that supposed to be, a vent?
Well, Mark didn't say anything about it flowing in a specific direction, but he did say that it was, remember, pretty horizontal in nature. It was stretching off around the corner. So the pattern seems to align pretty closely to what he illustrated.
Yeah, so wait, this is the room you guys already cleared?
Yeah, so we went around and checked it out earlier. It's a dead end. There's some dips in the floor that I would recommend you avoid. We haven't checked those yet, but all signs point to it being safe. So, venture at your own peril.
Oh.
I think you'll be fine.
Okay. Oh. Oh, okay, you weren't kidding. This is interesting.
And then for some reason it ends on this. So, I don't know. It always seems like whatever something ends on is like the most important thing. And why would a chair? You said you don't want to die on this hill. And there's a chair on a little hill. I don't know. Venture out your own peril, because peril you could die, and you don't. And he said you don't want to die on this hill, and it was, and a seat is more of like an invitation, like take a seat. So it was kind of like inviting him to keep pushing, because if he kept pushing, he would die on the hill. I don't know. I think I'm losing my mind. I think I just don't. I think I just can't find the words. Anyways, yeah, those were all my kind of like theories and all that. It's definitely not all of them. I have a ton of theories, but I can't think of them right now because I have like, I don't actually, but I feel like I have short-term memory loss or something because I can't remember. Anyways, bye.